Austin's pro bono work, so...
Man, why do you have to phrase it like that? That's crazy. I'm asking you, one of my closest friends, to record this for me.
I mean, fair. I have no problem with it. It's for the thing. But what are we doing today?
Today we are playing a worse version of Purple Luffy. We're playing yellow purple Nico Robin. Fair. You only play this deck for two reasons. One, you like Nico Robin. Two, you don't want to play Purple Luffy, right? If you could play Purple Luffy, you would just play Purple Luffy over her, right? I am only playing this because I like Nico Robin and I don't like Michael Douglas Luffy.
There is also this deck doesn't need Bon Clay.
Also true.
I mean, I can play Bon Clay. All right, so
no, you don't have it.
So I mean, technically I could have if I wanted to, but anyway, this is a deck that me and my friend we spent way too long theory crafting. I went through so many iterations of this deck. I was testing out Egghead, Purple Straw Hats, and a bunch of like other weird variants until this is the build we decide to agree on is probably like the best way to play this deck, right? So starting off, we got the mom. I found out this is not a made up character for the card game. This is a real character.
Did you not know?
No.
That's the meme.
Who knows?
Wait, did you not know?
No, nobody knows anything about One Piece. 80% of One Piece characters are OCs by the animators. All right.
That's
kind of what I mean.
I'm just.
That's kind of what it means to be.
It's a 2K. It has. I mean, everything about this card is just great. You know, like this card is just. It's a 2K. It's a 1 that gives you that gives a 3+ boost. It has an amazing trigger. Like this card is just like does so much. It's like the best card of the deck. Now we're gonna get the best card of the deck. Shurahoshi. This is your turn 2. This is if you go second play. It's only relevant when you play against stuff like Blackbeard and characters like and Rob Lucci. It's just a wall. Please do not kill me. I have 4 life. Playing a 4 life leader is so bad in this game when 5 life leader exists.
I mean that's fair, but I still play Yamato. And,
Next we play 3 soul. If you get him off trigger, that's good. If you open up in hand, it's really bad. In hand, you just use him. He's just a free pitch to ramp a Dawn, right? Next is beige. You only ever want to see him in trigger. You don't want to see him in hand. If you see him in hand, you're like, all right, yeah, he's just a 2K counter. That's it. He has nothing else. You don't ever want to pitch him to ramp because he's a 2K in hand, right?
Fair.
Next is pretty much these 2 cards does the exact same thing. 4 Frankie, 4 Kikunojo. These are just cards that can theoretically be summoned off, right? Because this deck does not have a lot of like early game plays. Early game plays, all you're doing, you're just sticking everything. You're pretty much applying like a similar mindset to Yamato, where early game you're just sticking everything under the Robin and you're just swinging because no matter what with Robin, your opponent is always losing a card, either in hand or they're losing it off of the top of the life. So you need like some early game cards that you can play. Like seeing Kikunojo off life is the best thing ever, right? Frankie, you're not gonna get it as much as often, but it's pretty cool what it does, right? So those are our 4. Next for our 5, we are playing Luffy's. We do not play the Egghead Robin. I see a lot of people play. I don't think the Egghead Robin is correct because the problem with this leader goes through cards so fast because you have to pitch a card, unlike Purple Luffy, where it doesn't theoretically lose card advantage, right? Because they get a free card, but this leader loses cards. So this leader goes through the hand real fast, right? So you can't afford to play the Egghead Robin. So I'd rather just play Egghead Luffy instead, right? Because you just summon this, pop, and get a draw.
Makes sense.
Right. Next is probably like I'll put this like as the 4th best card of the deck. Is Devil Nico Robin, which I found out is a real thing. This is not some weird fetish art that someone drew of her.
My brother in Christ. She's literally known as the Devil Child.
Oh man, is that what she's called?
Yes!
Well, man, how come no one tells me this stuff about One Piece? I'm learning so much about this series, you know?
I swear.
This is your turn 3 play, right? Because when you go first, that's right, on your turn 2, you swing, you get to 4 Dawns, and then on your turn 3, you summon her, and she will always be live on turn 3 when you summon her, right? No matter what the scenario.
Dude, he didn't know Nico's the Devil Child.
Yeah, they keep making up. They keep making up stuff about the.
By the way, we are not memeing. This man genuinely did not know.
So this is your mid game. This is your early to mid game play, and same thing with the Sanji. This is just an aggressive card. This is just an aggressive card. It's 7/7. It has a counter. It has brush, and that's pretty much all you need. The fact that it has brush is pretty good. It gives you an aggressive play. It gives you a card. It forces out blockers. It deals with a blocker. Closes game. Good card. So that's all the low to mid cost card. Now we go to the high drops. 4 Big Moms, 4 Yamatos, 2 Ace. So this is the theory is that since Robin goes through cards so fast, you're never gonna have enough cards to recover, right? So you need cards that could give you a life back. That's why I played the Linland, is to get back a life and to deal with like any blockers or anything your opponent has. Same thing with Yamato, gets you back a life. We playing 2 Ace. I thought about, there was a point I thought about maxing out on Ace, but I realized that's too much. I think because we're playing Gum Gum Giant, that's why. So we cannot afford to use up all 10 Dons all the time. So you rather just be subbing this out every single turn. Rather be just subbing these out every turn, then keeping the 1 Don up so you can survive with Gum Gum Giant, right? Because these, if you think about these deals with a card, these will always deal with any card your opponent has while giving you a life. The Ace is, in theory, is the exact same thing, even though it's a 10, right? That's why we don't play the 9 purple Luffy in this list. Even though it has a rush and a draw, it doesn't really do enough, right, at that point, right? Because it doesn't theoretically save you for another turn, right? So I'd rather just play with Ace instead, because you get a life and you could theoretically beat already because he's a 10 with rush, right? And then finally, the final card is the card that invalidates this deck and where you would rather just play purple Luffy, Gum Gum Jack. This card is just dumb. This card is really good for what it does for no reason. You never have to play the 0 event ever again. The only bad thing about this card is that it's not a trigger. If this card had a trigger, this card would be perfect, you know? But it does not have a trigger, so this card is bad because of that. But this card is good because this card just says plus 4,000.
I mean, fair.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, that's the list.
Alright. Well, I mean, there's more I want to say, but it's specifically about your lack of knowledge about the actual series rather than the game itself.
No one needs to know. Hey, look, all you need to know about One Piece character is that, hey, look, there's a guy named Michael Douglas. Shake has a twin brother, you know, right? Stonks, right? Right? And by the time this gets uploaded, it's no longer considered a spoiler, you know, right? Or maybe it'll still be a spoiler, but by that point, you know, right? It depends.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Okay, bye.
Play purple Luffy instead.
Oh, dear. Okay, okay, bye.